Shift Change Videocast number 7. The JP Lossman.
Rick Martin, obviously. Doug Flutie.
Doug
also.
Flutie, okay.
Yeah, good old
Doug
Flutie. The flutes.
Well,
Flutie Meister.
I've got a piece of paper.
Yeah, that doesn't matter right
and
now.
Tom has a Spider-Man shirt.
Spider-Man shirt.
Both of these have a purpose.
Yes.
This paper has tweets from Evander, Kane, and Richie Incognito, and I'm going to have Tom guess which ones are by which player. That's in a minute, but first...
Oh my god. Spider-Man is going to be in Marvel Cinematic Movies now, and I'm just so excited. I don't even know what to say. I'm going to hug Matt. Because I'm so excited. Look how excited I am. He's uncomfortable, but I just love it.
Only a little. We're friends.
They're no longer just having Spider-Man over in his separated Sony universe making movies that get worse and worse as they go. He's going to be in probably Captain America Civil War, which is the one that comes out next summer, where it's like Iron Man versus Captain America, and it's going to be great. He's going to be torn and conflicted. If he's in the movie as much as I think he's going to be, I don't know. We'll see. And then, moving forward, Spider-Man is part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which means, like, the Hulk can pop up and, I don't know, fight him if he wants to. Or Thor will just be, like, flying by. Like, oh, like, hey, Spider-Man, what's going on?
So he can have his movies and have these other characters in them when the last couple of movies didn't. So
right.
Now,
and, like, from a quality standpoint, the Marvel movies have been doing much better than Sony's movies lately.
So this means these are the same people that made the original Spider-Mans, and I say original, I mean like going back to, when were those?
2002 was the first one.
So the ones with the Green Goblin guy, and what's his name was in it from...
James Franco?
Yeah, James Franco.
Those were made by Sony as well.
Freaks and Geeks.
Freaks and Geeks. Good show. Really good show.
Relevant for this video.
All the previous Spider-Man movies were Sony movies, and Sony still has the creative control or whatever, but really they're just like Marvel Cinematic Universe boss Kevin Feige, come in and tell us what to do to make these good and successful again, because clearly we've lost our way.
I didn't watch any of the most recent ones.
They're not as bad as everyone says. They're okay. It's just not like the most recent one made $600-some million, but you think, oh, hey, that's pretty good. But like the first two were just shattering records, making $1 billion back in 2002 and 2004. So
what was your favorite of the first three? Because mine was the first.
Mine is also the first.
I thought the first was the best, but the second one...
The second one is right there with it. There's no
it was good.
noticeable dip in quality or anything.
I couldn't relate as much to the villain, the octopus guy.
Dr. Octopus.
Dr. Octopus. And the third one I thought was a steaming pile of crap.
I don't think it's as bad as everyone makes it out to be, but it was not good.
It was not good.
But
I actually left that movie. I actually walked out of that movie.
Well, I went and saw it twice. But
I know you did, because you're you.
I am me.
I mean, but that's almost like a Sabres fan sticking around when it's 7-0. You're like, I'll just stay to see the end. I've gone this far. And then going back for another Sabres game this year. But that movie it got to a point where I thought it was just a little ridiculous with him, like in the transformation, the way that they set it up was bad.
Okay.
So your expectations for a next one, when's it going to come out? Next one?
The next solo Spidey movie comes out July 28th, 2017. So they got 2.5 years to get it all set up, but they're going to put him in Civil War, most likely. In the press release, they said, we're going to put him in a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie before his first solo movie.
Not in the Civil War. Like, he won't have a neck beard.
No, he won't. But based on the release schedule, all they have is that big Civil War movie and, like, Doctor Strange solo movie, which doesn't make any sense to shoehorn Spider-Man into it. So he's going to be in some kind of team-up first, I think, which is great, because the reason the second... It was supposed to be a trilogy and other stuff. The second series didn't really take off, is they started Amazing Spider-Man by retelling the origin story. And everyone was just kind of like... I'm sick of this.
Right, we've seen Uncle Ben die too many times.
Leave Uncle Ben alone!
We don't actually believe you're dead if you die this many times.
Yeah. So, the nice thing about this, if they put him in Civil War, it'll just, like, there's a time crunch. There are characters. He's not even the star. So it's like, okay, here's Spider-Man. We don't need to give you his origin story. It'll be a quick, boom, flashback, and it's done. And just go be Spider-Man. So that'll kick the character off, in a new way. and then he can do his first solo film without having to go through that whole messy process again. And it sounds like a great way to reboot it, so I'm very excited.
So my question for you is, Spider-Man movie 2018. 2017. Who's the villain?
That is the toughest question, because you can't do the Green Goblin anymore.
No, he's been done.
He's been done. They did him twice in the original trilogy with Harry Osborn taking up the mantle, and then they did him again in Amazing Spider-Man 2. So you got to stay away from that. You could maybe go Dr. Octopus, but Spider-Man 2 was so good and revered, I don't think you want to, take that swing with your first one out of the gate.
What about the guy... Now, this is only based on the cartoon that I used to watch.
I think I know
the guy who was in the hovering wheelchair, right? And then there was the Rhino. Remember the Rhino?
The Rhino was in Amazing Spider-Man 2.
He was.
A little bit part. He was just kind of a lackey, which he usually is. But Alistair Smythe is the other guy you're thinking of. Who, with his father, develops Spider Slayer robots to, just try and kill him. Which might make sense. I think what they need to do is go with someone who's more like a regular person villain and just say... did you ever see Batman Begins?
Yes.
Most of Batman Begins, he's fighting the mob, right?
Yes.
And then Ra's al Ghul comes in at the end, and the Scarecrow does a few things, but he's also working with the mob. So I think maybe taking that kind of approach would be good. They're establishing the Kingpin, who you know from the cartoons,
right?
In the Daredevil Netflix series, and the whole idea is everything's connected. So what I think the best move would be to take the Kingpin, who's being played by Vincent D'Onofrio, who's awesome. I mean, Full Metal Jacket and things since then, but mostly Full Metal Jacket, as the Kingpin.
And what's the Law and Order?
Law and Order, yeah, he's all over that. So
I know my pop culture things.
Yeah, I think it would be cool to sort of make him the big villain for the first Spider-Man solo film, and then you could even say here's Daredevil. He's going to show up and help me out with this. Because that's the whole idea of bringing him back to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, is to have that interaction. So... other than that, you're just reaching sort of into the back catalog for Spider-Man only villains, and you're like, here's my big conflict against Mysterio.
Yeah, you want it all.
That doesn't really make a movie. That's not really. He's not really main nemesis movie quality.
You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Is this the equivalent of the Jim Rome thing? Do it like that. Here, well, first, quick hot takes.
Okay.
Just hot takes, real quick. Snappy hot takes. Those are a different kind. Evander, Kane, and Richie Incognito. What's your snappy hot takes?
I would like very much for the Sabres to trade for Evander Kane.
Same.
They've got the best assets to get him. They can beat anybody's deal, especially if you want to get a deal done this season. And Richie Incognito makes me barf in my mouth, and I don't understand, he's a guard who's been out for a year and a half. I get that he was good, but kind of trailing off in his last season he played.
And 2 teams tried him out.
Yeah.
And didn't want him.
So, and plus it's not like he's free. He's 1 year, $2.25 million. I would like to see a smaller number if you're giving this guy that much of a chance.
Second round. What's a second round draft pick, mate?
Less than that.
Less than that.
Wanjo is 1 point something. So, I just don't get it. He's not that good. It's not like you have Andy Levitri in his heyday, but he's a jerk and a racist and a homophobe. You have a guy who had 1 good season and has been okay and tough in other seasons, and you're just...
He really did only have the 1 good season, 2012, which is now 3 years ago, if you do the math, analytics. Quick thing, I will hug you if they trade for Evander Kane.
Okay.
That would be as exciting to me as the Spider-Man thing is for you. And
wow, that's... I stayed up an extra 3 hours last night. I was so excited.
Good for you. And the Richie Incognito thing, it's not a second chance, it's a 15th chance.
Yeah.
I mean, it's... How many things do we not know about that he was involved with? And I'm sure he's charismatic. He sounded like it from the Jay Glazer interview from a few years ago. But, so he could probably talk his way in, but he's talking his way into $2.5 million. So I would talk my way into that too. And just his past is too much for me, considering the payoff. If the payoff was as good as Evander Kane's payoff,
right.
Evander Kane's payoff could be like a superstar player. This is just a piece. I don't like it either. I'm not a big fan. All right, I have tweets from Evander Kane and Richie Incognito. I went through their Twitter pages, and I'm going to read you a tweet, and you have to tell me Not you. Well, you too, but also you.
Play along at home. We can't hear you, but
Text
you'll have fun.
Kane to 550-550.
Yeah.
Or Incognito, but not while you're driving.
Unless it's a red light.
Then it's legal.
Although, why are you watching this?
For
while
you.
you're driving?
Stop it. I don't know why I keep pointing at you. Alright. I guess I'm as dumb as I look. On February 14th of last year. Incognito or Evander Kane?
That's Kane.
That is Incognito.
What?
0 for 1. There are 8 tweets here. We'll see what you can get for percentage-wise. Alright.
0 for 1.
On August 6th, 2013, either Incognito or Kane tweeted this. Death by shark attack would be pretty epic way to go, though. It would be better than growing old and forgetting your own name. IMO.
Incognito.
That is Incognito.
Yes!
That's correct. 1 for 2.
500.
Okay. Sometimes I catch myself watching darts on TV for hours. I have no idea why I find it entertaining. Hashtag big crowd. Hashtag 180 on September 23rd last year.
December 23rd of...
September 23rd.
September 23rd.
2014.
I'm going to go Kane.
That is Evander Kane.
Yes!
Correct.
2 for 3. I think the use of the hashtags tipped me off. I think Incognito's a little old to have his hashtag game going.
I won't say anything because there's more to go.
Okay.
There's a video connected to this one called Worst Twerk Fail Ever. Girl Catches on Fire. To which this person, either Incognito or Kane, remarks, I blame Miley for this. September 6th, 2013.
It's absolutely Kane.
It is Incognito.
What the hell, man?
Richie Incognito blaming Miley Cyrus.
Jesus.
A mad lib for your kids.
We're halfway through. We're 2 and 2.
Yes. All right. On November 20th, 2014, can't wait for a new episode of Dr. Phil McGraw before this game.
Incognito?
That is Evander Kane.
What the hell?
He is big on Dr. Phil.
That doesn't make any sense.
All right.
2 for 3. Or 2 and 3.
February 1st of this year, I think. Opening coin flip, question mark. Retweet for heads, favorite for tails.
Well, that seems like a cheap ploy. But, Evander Kane.
That is Evander Kane. He's a big football fan. He has tweeted a lot about it.
What a great follow for the game.
All right. So there is 1 Evander Kane and 1 Richie Incognito.
I'm 3 and 3.
So this will be the last question. No, I'll read you the other one, but
Yeah.
you know which one it is. All right. June 25th, 2013. My brother's feet are stinking up dressing rooms. If you happen to walk by and smell Gouda cheese, that's him. Hashtag embarrassing.
Okay, why don't you read me the other one, too, and then
And
I'll
you
tell
guess
you.
which one. Okay.
Yeah.
FYI, Candace made a big mistake. House meetings never go well in the Big Brother house. Hashtag whoops. Spelled wrong.
Damn it, Candace.
So it's either Candace from Big Brother or brother's feet stinking up dressing rooms.
Despite my earlier claim about hashtags, I really feel like Kane was the first one because he said dressing room.
Kane is the second one.
What the hell? Why is Incognito saying dressing room?
Kane is
football.
watching Big Brother because he likes TV. Because he's a lazy loser.
And
No,
he's
I'm
probably
just
wearing a tracksuit.
We want you, Evander.
Yeah. Come watch Spiderman with us.
You could be on our videocast.
Yeah, there's space like right here. You can stand with your butt on this counter.
Tom will hug you, and he's
I will.
a good hugger.
I'm supple.
Shift change videocast.